I'm afraid I have got some bad news. The characters that will come as part of the collaboration between Girls Frontline and Call of Duty Mobile will be exclusive to the Chinese version. That means not even the Garena version will get the same character skins. Dusk and Kestrel will be exclusive to the Chinese version and will not be available in the Garena or the global version. But the good news is, still the chances are we will get the modified versions of the legendaries and mythics associated with this collaboration, with any signs of collaboration removed. That news is still valid. Now if you think about it, we are talking about gun skins and character skins. The gun skins, probably Call of Duty Mobile designed them, but the character skins are straight away taken from the Girls Frontline, so it's not so easy to modify them in a way that it is so different from the original version. For an example, the equipments and colors of the outfits, if they are going to change it, that's a tough job. But if you take a gun skin, they can simply change the logos or maybe emblems, and then it's a different gun. It is also almost confirmed by data miners that this is the Mythic M4 inside of the Chinese version. It also means that this will be the Mythic M4 in the other versions of the game. So yes, we will receive a Mythic M4 in Season 7. Now recently I have seen a lot of people ask about Mythic Killer 141 Demon Song's return. Will it come back anytime soon? There is no information about the return of Mythic Killer 141 as of now inside of the global or the Garena version. But in the Chinese version, the Mythic Draw is available right now. This does not mean it is coming to the global or the Garena version. This is just for your information. In the Garena version, they have added the cheapest bundle in the history of Call of Duty Mobile. Please correct me if I am wrong, but this bundle only cost 10 COD points. And in this bundle, we have Terrence Brooks' Deep Snow skin. This epic skin came out inside of an event called On the Bricks. So this was actually a free grindable skin 2 years ago, and now they have added it as a bundle. Not only that, we also have the M4 Feral Stalker. If I'm not mistaken, this was also a grindable skin back in the day. So they have added 2 grindable skins for just 10 COD points as a bundle. Is it a good deal? Let me know in the comment section. In addition to these 2 rewards, we'll also get 40,000 Battle Pass XP. That's basically 2 tiers of the Battle Pass. Not a bad deal honestly, if you missed the event. The Grau 556 Legendary will be in the store very soon, but the question still remains, are we going to get different iron sights for different barrels in this Legendary? Still, we don't know, we'll soon find out. This footage is brought to you by Dark Lord Slays. Make sure you go and subscribe him, link is in the description and in the comment section. But if they are going to add different iron sights for different barrels in this Legendary, this would be one of the greatest Legendaries out there, because none of the other Legendaries have a feature like this. What do you guys think? Will they add it? Or will it be the same iron sight for every barrel in this Grau 556 Legendary? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Now let's also take a look at the new functional weapons we will see in Season 7. The first functional weapon we have is the Striker 45. Striker 45 is a submachine gun featured in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and it has damage multipliers of 1.8 to the head and 1.1 to the chest. That is very impressive for a submachine gun. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It also looks like a UMP, more like a QQ9 in Call of Duty Mobile, but it is just the appearance because the gun behaves way different from what you see. The fire rate of this submachine gun is just 619 rounds per minute. That is really slow for a submachine gun. But what's crazy about it is that in very close range, it can deal a damage of 55 to head, which is insane for a submachine gun. Even some marksmen cannot do that. However, the limb damage is just 19, which means if you shoot legs or arms, it's not going to deal a considerable amount of damage. The base gun comes with 25 rounds, but you can go with 45 rounds and increase the magazine capacity. But the problem is, since you get a low amount of reserved ammo, you cannot go for streaks with this submachine gun. Maybe you can use this in a search and destroy match. This has a time to kill potential of 200 milliseconds, which is great, but since it has very slow fire rate, if you miss any shots, there's a high chance of you dying before the enemy. Another thing to note is that this gun has a very high visual recoil. Also, it comes with very bad iron sights. The ADS time is 200 milliseconds, which is normal for a submachine gun. And most importantly, if you use attachments to get the fastest ADS time, you can ADS in just 130 milliseconds. That is insanely fast. But you know, the recoil is going to be pretty bad. with those attachments. One thing you can do is use those attachments and rush. In that way, if you land headshots, you can take out enemies real fast. This submachine gun also comes with hollow point rounds. When you use this hollow point, it completely changes the gun. Now earlier we had 55 damage to the head, now we have 77. Think about it, a submachine gun with 77 damage to head. And in mid-range, the head damage is 55. So this is going to be a crazy gun if you use the hollow point ammo. Also the limb damage goes noticeably up to 43. And if you use these hollow point rounds, the 3-shot kill range goes up to 32 meters, which is huge for a submachine gun. However, the gun switches from auto to burst if you use the hollow point ammo. And now it will have a fire rate of 513 rounds per minute and 67 milliseconds burst delay. It is still very low compared to other burst weapons we have. So the burst is not going to be that much of a problem. But the real problem is you only get 12 rounds per magazine and 36 rounds reserved. Another benefit of using the hollow point ammo is that the recoil is much more controlled and you also get 1% more movement speed than the default gun. That's all about the Striker 45. Let's move on to the next functional weapon, which is JOKR. People simply call it JOKR. Also known as FGM-148 Javelin, is a guided missile launcher featured in Modern Warfare series and Call of Duty Online. This launcher is portable and it drops a high explosive payload from above. That's right, from above. So it is not going to work like any other launchers we have in Call of Duty Mobile right now. Because all the launchers we have right now, we shoot them directly. Unless of course the thumper is a projectile. But this right here, even if the enemy is behind a wall and you don't clearly see him enough, still you can take out the enemy with this JOKR. What's so funny about it is that in early Modern Warfare games, the fire mode of this launcher is lock on to vehicles or lock on to the area. But in Modern Warfare 2019 and later, we can even lock it to players. Which means you can just guess where a player is, you can lock it, and once you lock, you can shoot. But whether the enemy is dying or not, that depends on your luck. Another thing to note is that you cannot use it in very close range. What I mean by close range is about 100 meters, because you are simply becoming a target of your own explosive payload. Now let's move on to the new lethal equipment we will see in multiplayer, and that is going to be the cluster grenade. Cluster grenade is already available in Battle Royale, but we never got it in multiplayer. In Season 7 or Season 8, we are going to get it inside of multiplayer. And here you can see the gameplay with this cluster grenade, and you can see that it will be a little overpowered because everybody will try to use it instead of using a frag grenade, because frag grenade is just one explosive, but this one works the other way around. I'm so excited to see how players will react to these cluster grenades once we get it in the game. We will also get a new operator skill called Tactical Deployment, and this doesn't work like any of other operator skills we have in the game. With this, you can simply control the respawn of your teammates. That's right. You will get choices after death. You can either use the default system respawn point, which is what is normally going to happen even if you don't have the tactical deployment operator skill, but also you can use a respawn point selected by your teammate, which means if a teammate uses this operator skill, you will respawn there. There is also another choice, whereas you can manually choose where you respawn. So a lot of people will try to use this in those game modes. I can expect that. If you are still watching the video, please smash the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, consider subscribing. Also please go and subscribe the Data Miners, GHX and Umber Gamer. Links are in the description.